Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you why your PlayStation colors look bad. And I'm also going to show you a few settings you can check and recommended adjustments that you can make to get the best colors and picture quality on your PS4 or your PlayStation device. So first we're going to take a look at video output settings on our PlayStation. Now in continuation with the last video I made, one of the biggest reasons why PlayStation colors end up either looking too washed out or too dark is because your RGB range settings are mismatched between your TV or monitor and your PS4. Now, like I mentioned in my last video, a good rule of thumb is just to check your monitor or TV for RGB range adjustments and see what RGB range your monitor or TV is using. The most important thing is that these settings need to match. So as you can see on my monitor, I have the option for 16 to 235, which is limited, and 0 to 255, which is full, and then of course automatic. Now, generally, if your TV or monitor does not allow you to manually change the setting, it's best to just leave it on automatic. However, for extra measure, I do recommend you Google your monitor or TV to see if the screen you're using either uses limited or a full RGB range, because it is worth noting that some PC monitors, particularly Asus monitors, only operate on full RGB, so you want to make sure that this is set correctly. Now for me, if I want the best colors on my PS4, I set both my monitor and my PS4 range to automatic. This provides the optimal output since I play in 4K HDR. So next, we're going to talk about HDR. Obviously, using HDR is going to give you better colors on PlayStation without a doubt, but of course you need an HDR compatible TV or monitor. So in order to get the best colors with HDR, I recommend first enabling HDR, set your deep color output to automatic, and then you need to go through the HDR calibration settings. This is the one thing that I actually see a lot of users miss when enabling HDR is they do not adjust the calibration settings. So make sure you do that because this is going to give you the optimal picture that you are looking for, and it's going to make it look its very best. So up next, we're going to go to resolution settings. Now, if you are playing on a 4K television, you will oftentimes see that you have the option to select YUV420 or RGB 2160p. Now, do not overthink this. Just set your resolution automatic because your PS4 is actually going to switch back and forth between YUV and RGB depending on what content is being played on your system. At least that's what I've been experiencing with my monitor, so in that case, I just leave it on automatic at all times. And this lets my PS4 decide what is the optimal setting depending on the situation. So next we're going to talk about supersampling, and personally I leave this disabled because I play on a 4K HDR monitor, but if you are still playing on a 1080p TV or a 1080p monitor, you might want to consider enabling it, as many people have claimed that it does make certain games look better if you are using a 1080p monitor or a television. But again, I choose to leave this disabled for my personal setup. And lastly, we are going to talk about your actual TV or monitor itself. Now, generally, if you want the best colors possible, you want to own either an IPS or a VA monitor. Now, personally, I play on a TN display for the better response time, but users who care mostly about colors will actually see a better picture quality with something like an IPS or a VA over a TN display. Now, for your actual TV or monitor settings, I'm actually going to give you guys a really good tip, and that is to Google monitor calibration settings for your specific monitor or TV model that you have. There are actually a lot of good sites that have best screen calibration settings for your specific TV or monitor. So again, if you are looking for the best brightness, contrast, and saturation, I recommend just looking into calibration presets on Google for your TV or monitor. Now, the monitor I use is the BenQ EL2870U, and generally if I'm looking to obtain the best colors from this monitor, I'm just going to select the HDR preset. I found that this works really good for me and gives me the best colors when using 4K HDR content. So there you guys have it. I hope that you all enjoyed these tips and found this video useful, and if you did, make sure to hit the like button, comment below to let me know what you think, and as always, subscribe, ring the bell for post notifications, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace!